If you guys are like me, you've seen those top 5 or top 10 best lists and thought to yourself, what the heck are they even talking about? Those aren't even close to the best. And often it isn't even a real person talking, it's just some speech to text bot, like, at number 1, we have this piece of garbage, and that piece of garbage shouldn't even be on the list, let alone at number 1. Some of the channels, not all of them, but they don't even really have an understanding of the products that they're talking about or even the genre that they're speaking about. Well, this is not one of those lists. I've spent quite a bit of time with some of the best subwoofers out there, so I wanted to put together a list that actually has some merit. At least in my mind, it has some merit. So make sure you guys stick around. I'm Barrett. This is Spec of Tech. Welcome to the channel. Today's video is specifically going to cover my top 6 picks of the best ported home subwoofers under $5,000. But if you guys do like lists like this, drop your comments down below and maybe I'll make more lists at different price points. I have personally owned subwoofers from some of the biggest names out there like SVS, PSA, or PowerSound Audio, Klipsch, and JTR. What I found is that each subwoofer brand brings something a little bit different to the table other than just their base. But obviously this list is my opinion, and not every subwoofer or subwoofer brand could be included. But one thing that I really want to make clear is that audio is very subjective. Everyone has differing opinions and ideas of what makes something the best, so to speak. But the subwoofers on this list also had to meet my criteria, so they had to be a high performance subwoofer that's ported and is also $5,000 or under. But I did make one small exception, which we will get to in a bit. I also wanted them to be easily obtainable on the commercial market and not some obscure brand that I have no experience with or nobody has really heard of or nobody has really tested them. I've dropped some links down in the description below for all of these subwoofers that I'm talking about today. So if you're interested in checking them out, you can check the links down in the description below. For number 6, which is currently priced at $2,899 US, I chose the SVS PB16 Ultra. I did own 2 of these in the past in my home theater. It uses a single 16-inch driver paired with a 1500 watt RMS amplifier. And I know, there are subwoofers out there with better performance, but hear me out on this one. First of all, the SVS PB16 does have good performance. It may not provide much output below 16 Hz, but for the most part, that range is more than enough for the average home theater user. Infrasonics, which is the term given to frequencies that extend below the human ear's capability of hearing, only provide vibration and sensation, but you can't hear them. Yes, they can be fun, but a lot of the home theater owners won't really find much benefit from them. In addition to that, the SVS PB16 Ultra arguably has the best wife acceptance factor out of any of the subwoofers on this list, or many other subwoofers for that matter. I have to admit that the SVS makes some of the most beautiful subwoofers on the market. They also include the SVS app for controlling certain aspects of the internal DSP. This is incredibly handy for those that like to tinker with the settings, and it is a feature that none of the other subwoofers on this list have. And lastly, you have the ability to run this subwoofer for max low frequency extension, standard output, and in sealed mode. So although the PB16 Ultra may not have the best performance out of the subwoofers on my list, they do have good, powerful performance, and they have a lot to offer in other aspects as well. That brings us to number 5 on my list, and at number 5, we have the PowerSound Audio or PSA TV36 iPal. This subwoofer is currently priced at $37.99 US, and I have not owned this subwoofer personally, but I did own dual TV3612s made by the same brand, which is a step down from the TV36, so I do have a really good understanding of the PSA sound signature and the performance of the BNC drivers. The TV36 iPal, as the name suggests, utilizes dual 18-inch BNC iPal drivers, which are powered by a 1920 watt RMS amplifier, which truly are fantastic drivers and are very capable. When I owned the dual TV3612s, they measured very well down to hertz in the single digits. They also provided some excellent infrasonics, but where they really came into their own was in the high bass frequencies. They kicked like a mule, but at the same time were capable of fantastic flat response. All this will remain true with the TV36 iPal, but the iPal drivers will perform better than the 3612 drivers, making it even more capable. If you are looking for a subwoofer capable of infrasonics with a nice, hard, clean punch, the PSA subwoofers should definitely be on your list. Another subwoofer that should definitely be on your list is subwoofer number 4. But real quick before we get into this beast, please help me get to 20,000 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button, tick the bell icon if you do, and please take just 1 second out of your day to hit that like button. I truly do appreciate it. I also appreciate subwoofer number 4, which is the JTR Captivator 2400 ULF. Which is currently priced at $34.99 USD and uses a single 18-inch driver with a 2400 watt RMS amplifier. Again, this is not a subwoofer that I have personally owned, but I do own 3 of its bigger sealed cabinet brothers, the JTR Captivator RS2s. So I do have a great understanding of the 18-inch driver used in this ported 2400 ULF, since it is the same drivers that are used in my RS2s, and I also used Database's CEA 2010 numbers to get a pretty good understanding of the output capabilities of the 2400 ULF. This subwoofer is capable of over 100 dB at 10 Hz without any room gain, so in room it should provide even more infrasonic goodness. The 18-inch driver used in this subwoofer not only provides powerful bass down to the lowest of lows, but also provides a nice hard kick with the higher frequencies as well. This subwoofer is hard to compete with at its price point, considering the staggering clean output. A couple of these bad boys would be more than enough for any home theater. So we have made it this far without any servo subs, and I know there are some of you out there that are diehard servo fans, so I couldn't make this list without one of the best performing servo subs out there. At number 3 on our list is the Rhythmic Audio FV25 HP, which are currently priced at $3,280 US. This is the first subwoofer on this list using dual 15-inch drivers and an 1800 watt RMS amplifier, but what makes it really special is that it uses servo technology. To put it simply, the servo technology provides feedback to the amplifier, allowing the amplifier to provide more or less power to keep the output true to the source material, generally making them much more accurate. Of course, there are other benefits to the servo system, but this is it in a nutshell. Meaning that not only is this subwoofer capable of some impressive output down to and below 10 Hz, it does so with stunning accuracy. Rhythmic subwoofers are well known in the home theater community for producing some of the most affordable, high output subwoofers around. And speaking of high output, we are now getting to the true output monsters of our list, but I did make a little exception for our number 2 subwoofer. It's not quite under $5,000. It is currently priced at $5,100 US, which is the PSA's second entry on this list, the monstrous TV42 iPal. This is the only entry on our list that uses dual 21-inch drivers, mated to a 3800 watt amplifier. As I stated earlier on in this video, I've personally experienced dual 18-inch TV3612 units from PowerSound Audio with a 1920 watt amplifier, and it's with that understanding of the BNC driver's DNA and their sound signature that I say that this TV42 iPal will undoubtedly be one of the hardest hitting subwoofers that you can buy on the market. With all that cone area of the efficient dual 21-inch iPal drivers and all that power, these subwoofers will provide powerful output to Hertz in the single digits, but could also kick the fillings right out of your teeth. This is one subwoofer that I would love to experience in person one day, so hopefully I can make that happen in the near future. Alright guys, so we've now gotten to my number 1 pick for my list, but let me know what you think the number 1 subwoofer would be down in the comments below. But the number 1 pick on my list, drumroll please, is the JTR Captivator 4000 ULF, which I'm sure a lot of you saw coming. It's currently priced at $47.99 US for the traditional cabinet design, but there are a variety of cabinet designs to choose from that offer some versatility in regards to placement, but they do cost $100 or $200 more depending on your choice. The Captivator 4000 uses dual 18-inch drivers that are pushed to the extreme levels by a 4000 watt RMS amplifier. The subwoofers that I currently own use the exact same drivers and the exact same amplifier, but they're in a sealed enclosure, so I do have a pretty good understanding of this subwoofer. The Cap 4000 ULF is ported, and it is tuned for ultra-low performance. In fact, the ULF abbreviation behind its name stands for ultra-low frequency. So after experiencing the RS2 sealed version of the Cap 4000, I have an excellent idea of how the ported version would perform. The RS2s are equal in performance to the Cap 4000 from 40 Hz and up, but below that, the Cap 4000 provides even more output due to it being ported and having a low port tune. My room already begs for mercy when I let the RS2s flex a little bit. But the Cap 4000 would take things to a whole new level. But this subwoofer isn't only about the quantity of bass, it is also about quality. The bass is clean and very detailed. So if you are looking for the absolute most clean bass output that you can get for under $5,000, the the JTR Captivator 4000 ULF is your subwoofer. No ifs, ands, or buts, period. Just make sure that you do have the space for this monster. Alright guys, so that concludes my top 6 picks for subwoofers or ported subwoofers under $5,000. But are there any subwoofers that you think should have made the list? Drop your thoughts and your lists down below in the comments. And I know that this is very subjective and not everyone will agree with my list or any of the lists down below in the comments. But let's keep things respectful and fun. After all, we're all in this hobby together and everyone has different preferences and budgets. So let's just keep it fun. If you guys are interested in any of the subwoofers that we talked about in today's video, there are links down in the description below. Feel free to click them if you'd like to learn more. And if you guys are into content like this, audio and home theater related, please do help me get to 20,000 subscribers and hit that subscribe button. Tick the bell icon if you do. And please take just 1 second out of your day to hit that like button. It really takes you no time, but I honestly do appreciate it. But remember to enjoy your systems. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet, lose, won't have it till I'm doing